Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
Go. And start when you're ready.
Welcome to episode 54 of the Two-Man Game podcast. Mellow vibes today because someone's favourite hold the banging.
Who's favourite?
Your boy.
He's your boy too.
He's not my boy. I like AJ. Yeah, that's still my favourite.
He's not my favourite. My favourite is Errol Spence Jr. After the Ruiz loss.
You rate Errol Spence Jr., a man that might never fight again.
He will fight again. He's come back from worse.
Yeah, but
separately, I was having a conversation with my brother at the fight. I mean, I fear his body might be breaking down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll touch on that more when he does hopefully return.
His body is breaking down. Like, he's been through a car accident, and now an eye injury in boxing is like very detrimental, fam. It's hard to come back
very
from.
Delicate part of the body, and obviously someone that gets hit consistently. I hope that's not the case, because like I said, he's my favourite boxer. EJ, the truth. But yeah, all my guys are falling down one by one. I mean,
My guy's not.
my three favourite fighters, Errol Spence, AJ, and Tank. Tank is still doing his thing, but
Tank doesn't fight no one.
That's the thing. Most people love Tank. I mean, he's not really fighting the guys that he needs to be.
And he's
fighting.
not really a good fighter. He gets hit way too much.
He's a good fighter, but
He
does get hit a bit way too much. But you know, his power is crazy, his speed is crazy.
Yeah, but has he fought anyone?
Not at the right weight. No, he hasn't fought a Haney. He hasn't fought Teofimo Lopez. He hasn't fought Ryan Garcia. Those sort of guys. But then again, those guys haven't fought anyone apart from Teofimo. Teofimo's fought only Lomachenko, and to be fair, he done really well to defeat Lomachenko. I mean, that was
Javante, go and face Lomachenko.
a big statement victory. But there's even rumours that Floyd Mayweather's hiding Tank from Lomachenko.
Yeah.
What he was.
Well, he's threatening Javante with.
I'll give you Loma.
Yeah.
And that's not a good sign.
That's
But,
not good. That's a scary sign. Tells you what they think about Lomachenko.
what they did used to think about, Lomachenko.
No, they still think that's one of the greatest boxers of our generation, I believe.
So who are your favourites then?
I like Lomachenko. I think he's the fastest fighter to win in over 4 weight class. I'm a big Triple G fan.
Lomachenko's here for weight champion?
It was 4 weight.
It's just not 3, I think it's 3.
3. Well, fastest to win 3. Fury, obviously. I love the way he fights. Chisora is a fan favourite. Not that I care about him. I just like Chisora's attitude, funny guy.
What about Canelo?
Canelo, it's inevitable. But I'm a big Canelo fan still. I'm really, every time I see Canelo fight, I'm really against him for some reason. I don't know why, but it's great, isn't it? And sometimes it's good to root against someone. In every sport, you need a dominant force. It makes people watch. As much as people say they want parity, it doesn't work like that.
No, they don't.
They don't love parity. People like knocking off champs. When a team is dominant, it makes the sport better.
Yeah, like a David and Goliath story.
Mm.
I do kind of side with you on the Canelo thing. I mean, I don't have anything against Canelo per se, but I do tend to root against that man. I mean, I feel people do overrate him a little bit. I'm not saying he's not great, but I do feel people give him a bit too much credit than he actually deserves. I mean, he still has some things to do and to achieve before I can enter greatest of all time conversations. People are really trying to put him there.
He lost to Triple G, but they don't want to put that
On his record.
on his record. So
But to be honest, when Floyd Mayweather decisively beat him, and the guy gave, I think he gave one of the judges gave it to Canelo. You know what's up.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, he did lose to Triple G the first time. Second one, it could have been either way. It could have been a draw. So fair enough. That's not too bad. But the first one was horrendous. I mean,
now Triple G's old.
Triple G's bastard, man. But even then, Triple G, he was avoided, to be fair, but his resume is not as good as it should have been. That's why he needed a Canelo fight and a Canelo victory.
He got it, but it's not going to be in the history books. So.
Yeah, it's going to get washed away over time. But yeah, enough of everyone else. Obviously, the big fight over the weekend. AJ versus Usyk. I was at the fight. More on that later. You know, show you guys some more content what I was able to see. It was an experience, a wonderful experience. You know, a great night out. Something I'll definitely do again. 110%. I even was on a cam behind the camera before guys were making content outside the stadium.
You there?
Yeah,
making content. The mugs.
It might no mugs. It was some company. I can't remember called like Sports Center, but it might end up being on like the Daily Mail, like one of the snippets of the Daily Mail or the Sun, something like that. So I got to keep my eye open for that because we do see it. We're gonna try to get that content down and show it to you guys. But they asked me questions. It was weird because the first question they asked me was like, do you think AJ is one of the greatest of all time? I was like, what? But then again,
before or after?
This is the first question I asked him. This is before the fight.
Okay.
Then again, when I was speaking to my brother after, I deep to that.
A lot of people are not boxing fans.
That's the thing. See, they asked a generic. I think they asked a generic question like that to people, and depending on how you answer, they're able to gauge somewhat of your knowledge. And then obviously, if you answer it incorrectly, then they might ask you more generic, basic questions. If you answer it more correctly, then they'll ask you more of the boxing head type questions. Obviously, I answered it correctly, and they asked me more boxing head type questions. They asked me like, when do you see Manny Pacquiao, the top 10 and all that, Wilder Fury, AJ, Wilder conundrum, all things like that. They asked me the one question they did threw me off because my mind went blank. They asked me your favorite Pacquiao fight. I was thinking, damn, and I said Barrera. I can't remember how that fight went. Obviously, I knew Pacquiao won, but I kind of blanked it saying, yeah, kind of changing up the guard, blah, blah, blah. Pacquiao, he stepped up to the plate. Really and truly, I should have said probably the Oscar De La Hoya fight.
Are we the fight that changed it more?
Changed it more. Obviously Oscar De La Hoya was weight restrained, but yeah. Pacquiao cleaned him out, knocked him out, retired him, basically. That's decisively changing of the guards. So that's what, in hindsight, I should have said. But the guy that questioned me, I was asking what's your favourite fight. He said, of Pacquiao, he said the Floyd Mayweather fight. Again, really? I mean, even as a boxing purist myself, that fight was not entertaining.
Not a good fight. Well, I guess it is the most memorable fight because it was the two of the biggest names in the sport.
Wait, it's the fight of the century.
Yeah, fighting. So it was an occasion. Do you get what I mean?
Imagine being there.
Sometimes the event is not always good, but the occasion is a great. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes the fight's not good, but the event can be good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sometimes about the spectacle. Like with all sports, like sometimes you have a rubbish Champions League final, but the storylines and the spectacle coming into it is decisive. You get me?
But yeah, I mean, next time I do go to a boxing match, if it's in a stadium, I want to get floor seats because my eyes ain't that great. Or is that floor seats?
I told you watching it like me.
Or unless I get binoculars. I end up watching most of the screen because where I watch boxing, I like to see the details because boxing is such a detailed, skilled sport. The fine details. If you blink, you miss.
Well, I tell you on the pod last week.
What?
I tell you that you're gonna be watching it from the sky. I told you. You didn't listen to me. I said if you're not on the floor, sometimes it doesn't make sense. But I guess the vibe in there must have been mad because they were singing "Sweet Caroline."
Sweet Caroline.
They're doing all their things. That's not gonna motivate a black man.
I need the binoculars. If I had binoculars, I'd be fine.
What shit? Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where they always lose.
A great stadium though. Give it to them.
So have you watched the rerun of the fight then?
I have watched it today. It's put it this way. AJ still lost decisively. However, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's still very bad. Don't get twisted.
It's very bad.
But it's not. No, I thought it was.
It's very bad. For me personally, it's very bad.
No, it's still bad. It's still very bad, but not as bad as I thought it was. Like basically, after coming out fight, I was thinking, "There's no way AJ can win this rematch." Blah blah blah.
There's only the way you can win it. You can win the rematch.
I was thinking he won maybe 2-3 rounds. When you watch the rerun of the fight, I think he definitely won 3 rounds. You can make a case for 4. If you want to give him the fight, you can make a case for 5. But you can't make a case for a draw.
I can make a case for 3. He lost the first 4 rounds clearly.
Then he won the first 3. He won the 4th.
I think he lost the 4th.
He won the 4th.
Had 5th, 6th. He lost the last. I think he lost the last 4 as well. In moment.
This is what I had it done. He won the 4th, won the 5th, won the 6th. Those were AJ rounds, in my opinion. The 8th you can make an argument for, and the 9th you can make an argument for. I think at best he wins one of those 2.
I think he won 5th, 6th, 8th, 8th,
and 8th, yeah.
5th, 6th. That's what I had him winning.
I had him 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. You can make.
I had him losing 4.
I had him winning 4. I mean, when I watched the rerun, I had him winning 4. But yeah. AJ, what are you? Who are you? Who was that? That's what I could ask. I mean, what was that performance? The performance was flat. The key word for me from a takeaway from the fight was just tentative. I mean,
yeah, it was tentative. And
to be honest, we go by the punch stats. He threw more punches than thingy, but a lot of them were with no conviction. It's just pity patty jabs.
He tried to take Usyk on at Usyk's game.
Yeah.
He tried to be a finesse fighter.
Yeah.
It's something he did against the Ruiz fight where he was like keeping it at length, be a finesse fight. But Usyk is quick.
Yeah.
It was quick. He's quick on his feet. You should have been landing punches to the body. Landing punches, slow him down.
Yeah.
Even if Usyk gonna win the first 3 rounds, you need to wind him. So you can't do that consistently.
We call it, you know, cashing in. Because obviously when you put, commit to the body, you put money in the bank and eventually you're going to cash that in later rounds.
How many body shots did he throw?
I couldn't get the stats for how many he threw, but he landed, I think it was 15. Usyk landed 28. AJ should have landed at least landed an extra 10. To be fair, because that was my main takeaway from when I watched the stadium as a kid. AJ, to beat this guy, or to at least make the fight in your favour, is very simple. That's, obviously, you don't try and outbox arguably the best pound for pound boxer, even over Canelo and over Lomachenko, is up there with all of them in terms of boxing skills. You don't try and outbox him. You're not that guy. You make it rough. You make it physical.
Close the space. Rough it, tumble the thing.
You rough and tumble in the clinches. You smack him to the body. But the main thing is, should be high on the agenda. You commit to that body. You bang that drum. Attack the body and the head will fall. Because it slows down his feet. It slows down his head movement. It will slow down his hand speed. It just slows down everything. That's how you deal with a quick fighter. You just commit to attacking the body. And you can even do it at range. Because you've got a longer reach. You don't have to get as close to him as you would as other people would. You could do it at a better range.
The funny thing is, you could see when Joshua was landing his punch, he was hurting Usyk. He didn't have to be as active as Usyk to hurt him. Yeah. Usyk had to be active. Usyk had to throw combinations to get Joshua to throw away. Joshua would throw one punch and he's like, oh, Usyk's a bit wobbly, or it changed the fight for him. Like in the 6th round, I think that was his best round.
There's no follow up there.
Yeah,
that's the thing that annoyed me about AJ, because AJ, when he hits you, there's usually follow up. There's usually combinations. There was no follow up.
He just hit and kind of ran.
There's a couple of times he had him on the ropes or had him cornered in, which should have been his game plan. Try to get him to the corners. Obviously, a quick mobile guy. You corner him in, get him into the corners.
You control the middle of the ring.
You hit him a few times, got into situations. There was no follow up, but there was no pressure. The pressure was not there. He was so tentative.
Why was he tentative though?
I don't know. I mean, the game plan was poor. I mean,
I think Usyk could have knocked him out because
in the last one, yeah,
he was so wobbly.
That's the thing. Usyk, he outboxed him. Obviously, he out-fought him. He out-hustled him. He out-maneuvered him. Out-fought him because at points Usyk looked like the bigger puncher. I mean, if Usyk landed cleaner punches, and Usyk wobbled him and pushed AJ back more than AJ did him. Mm-hmm. And Usyk's the cruiserweight in this scenario. I mean, AJ, like I said, the game plan was poor. I don't know why he came up with that game plan. There's a saying in boxing: when you're the boxer, and you're facing a puncher, so you box the puncher and you punch the boxer. AJ is the puncher, Usyk's the boxer. You don't box a boxer, you punch a boxer. If someone's got more skills than you, maybe AJ had to try to prove something. Maybe one of my friends saying he has an identity crisis in the ring at times, which is especially since the first he's lost is kind of true. You don't fight his fight. If you fight his fight, you're gonna win 100 times out of 100. Because
before that, okay, the origin. If you look through the origin, if you go back from Joshua, before that Ruiz fight, he was a knockout artist basically, and only a few fights. I think the Joshua Parker one went 12 rounds.
I said the one that went 12 rounds.
Yeah, so he was a knockout artist, and he would go for the head. Yeah. He was going for the head. He was trying to knock you out. Yeah. Obviously, the Ruiz fight, even in that Ruiz fight, I think the Ruiz fight the Ruiz loss is a better display than what he did against Usyk.
Well, yeah, because
in that Ruiz loss, Joshua was actually trying to get Ruiz out of there, and he was getting there. It's unfortunate. Obviously, he's gonna hold something if you're trying to knock someone out. He was trying to put on the show. He was there. He was actually Joshua. That was the Joshua. But when he felt that punch
to the temple,
yeah, everyone has a plan until they get punched to the head.
Yeah,
everyone has a plan. When he felt that punch, that moment there, it changed him. It changed him because the second fight against Ruiz, he was tentative. He kept Ruiz at range. He was just trying to give him a punch. He was just trying to, win on points. Blah blah blah. Decisive. That's what he believed he was a boxer then, which I.
That was a red herring. I mean, against Ruiz, there's a guy. He explained it perfectly. I'm gonna put this on Instagram, probably on Twitter too. He explained that in a rematch of obviously against Ruiz came in overweight, out of shape. He came like a fatter than he always is. Usyk's not going to do that. And Ruiz's feet are already slow. His head movement's all right, but he can't close up the ground. Usyk, head movement's great. Hand speed is great, which is also the same for Ruiz. Feet are great. His footwork's one of the best in the game, regardless of weight. Usyk is a professional. He's not going to come in poor shape. He's not going to let the fame and the money get to him. Like, Usyk, he doesn't have a nickname, which is kind of surprising, according to BoxRec. But the nickname I'd give him is the one that was given to Tommy Hearns. You know what his nickname was?
No.
Tommy the Hitman Hearns.
You think
That's Usyk. Usyk is a hitman.
He's a finesser.
No, the way I called him a hitman is because he has the mentality of a hitman. You know, a hitman, they're just so unfazed.
He comes from a lineage of great. He comes from Ukrainian boxing is elite level of boxing.
Yeah.
Especially in the heavyweight. You got a Klitschko legacy there, and then what's that guy that Lomachenko. What's that the tall the 7-footer that Valuev. Like
I think he's Russian.
Is he Russian? Whatever. But that part of Europe, in that heavyweight division, there's a great lineage.
Yeah.
Usyk is just following up in that, and you know, he's relentless. What I saw from Usyk is that this guy's an elite boxer, relentless, and he stuck to his plan. I think Usyk boxed his fight.
Yeah.
He boxed his fight, and for Usyk to impose his will over Joshua doesn't make any sense to me. Because I genuinely thought Joshua was going to go there and beat him like a rough and tumble, beat him up. But that's not Joshua's. Joshua doesn't have that in him. I don't know why he doesn't. He only does that when Don's trying to like white. Or
that's the thing I was saying as well with Yoba before this. AJ, since the Ruiz fight, because the only 2 fights he's lost, he's been proper pally with the guy before the fight, taking pictures there, selfies, holding my belts, blah, 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 and just loses focus. He loses the eye of the tiger, which is needed for these fights. I mean, at the end of the day, you're in a flipping fight. It's a fight, mate. And these guys, I'm saying, they mentally, they could do the pally stuff and switch on. AJ, he doesn't seem to have that switch. He can't really be doing the pally stuff and doing pally best mates, but these best mates, they're beating you up. They're taking your belts.
Look why powering him already? I was powering him. So there's a weird guy.
Yeah, he is a weird guy because I don't know what he's doing.
Funny thing is, White has no chance against Usyk. Usyk is beating that guy up.
I'll tell you, White will give a much better display than
White's gonna close the ground and make a flipping.
Chisora gave a much better display than AJ did.
Chisora was better than him.
Yeah,
Chisora actually won more rounds.
Chisora was much better than AJ. I mean,
Chisora was hurting him. He was hurting.
The thing is, Chisora gave the blueprint how to beat. That's why I thought AJ would win because obviously Chisora's more rugged and stuff. AJ is a bit more clean, but I thought AJ could still bring that out.
Chisora was hurting him.
Yeah, I thought AJ could still bring that out of him, where he's gonna make the fight very physical, very tough, and impose his will, impose his strength. He just didn't do that. I mean,
I'm sorry, but
he let Usyk get away with way too much.
Wait. Joshua watched. Do you know what? Yeah, when I saw the Chisora fight and how Chisora in the first 6 rounds, I was like, Chisora's winning this.
Yeah,
he was winning the fight. He was literally all over Usyk.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, Joshua's gonna do this. I thought Joshua was gonna do what he did against Pulev.
Yeah.
There was a round when Joshua was just whacking out, but obviously it could hold it. It was holding something, but it was just whacking Pulev, boom, 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 boom. I thought Joshua was gonna do something like that. Just give him just go make it rough and just come and then.
You know what I'm saying? I barely saw AJ throw one of his signature uppercuts.
He didn't throw anything.
I can't remember him trying to throw an uppercut.
How many combinations do you remember him throwing?
He didn't really throw much. I mean, when I was watching it back, there was a combination of the body that I didn't see it live at the arena. I mean, it was just such a tentative, poor display. And like I said, I don't know who in the world allowed that game plan to be, or attempted to be executed. And also as well, one thing that I learned from the day, or my brother brought to my attention, I was saying about the thing. AJ has all the skills and abilities, but with the Ruiz fight and this fight, at times he lacks execution.
He does. He doesn't stick to his plan.
I mean, he did. He just stuck to he had a wrong plan. I mean, but
why was he trying to finesse with it? Do you know what it was like?
It just makes no sense.
It's like me on a night out when I'm on the table. I feel uncomfortable because I'm finessing. I'm going out there spending money that I want to keep in my bank.
So is everyone.
Yeah, no, you guys want to flash it. But I'm not. I'm trying to be flashy when I'm not flashy done. I don't like that. And that's the thing. It's like Joshua. Yeah, as you said, the identity crisis comment is very true of Joshua. It's like
shout out Sam Adja.
He doesn't know himself.
Yeah, I mean, going back to your point about being flashy and stuff. I mean, you're paying for the vibe, man. Not paying for the flash. I mean, some people they do it for flashy, but
that's what maybe you're doing.
People I go, we just do it for the vibe. I mean,
the vibes and the flash. You know what you're trying to do, trying to attract the babes. It's like
we're trying to have a good time.
It's trying like a mating call to the babes.
We're trying We're trying to have a good time. When the babes come.
Hey, just had the Twitter girls all over the.
No, have your own space, your own section, having a good time, and then naturally when you have a good time, you know you attract people, and that's what it is. And that makes the good time even better.
Knocked out, fam. All these fans, all the girls that loved him off.
They still love him off.
They might lose. They can't. But love another loser.
He may lost Mandem as a followers, but
nah, he didn't lose me. I know Joshua. I know Joshua. First, like, just gonna come with a. He's gonna take the rematch. If he loses, then boy, that's the end of him. If I'm Joshua, I wait. Okay, just let's see if Fury beats Wilder. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If he loses, then I don't know what's gonna happen with that division. Because there's no way Wilder's fighting Usyk. No way Wilder's taking that fight. I 100% believe that.
Well, for the belts, I think he would.
Nah, he's not taking it. Usyk's beating him up. I've changed my mind. Usyk is beating up.
Well, I thought Usyk would be Wilder, but at least Wilder would give him...
The funny thing is, Wilder's has a stand is going to give him problems.
Wilder... Ooh, can you get sent off?
Oh, he's getting sent off.
Oh, that is awful.
He should be off still. But Wilder, he would have given a much better showing than AJ because he would have made it physical. He would have made it tough. It would have been a nice, clean display, but he would have given his all. I just feel AJ left so much in the tank. He had so much more to give. He didn't give his all. But let's look at some of the statistics from the fight. Usyk landed 148 punches, which by the most of an AJ opponent. Usyk also closed the show, landing 29 punches in round 12. Again, the most by AJ opponent. That's why he nearly sent him off. Nearly knocked him out. Like I said before, AJ only landed 15 body punches to Usyk's 28. It worked more in the 8th. I think he lands a few more in the 8th. But if AJ lands another 10 to 15 body punches, the fight would have been completely different.
Well, why didn't AJ throw anything in the first couple of rounds? Can you please explain that? What was he doing? The man doing this. This is what we did.
I think
that first one was awful. I've seen the Wilder Fury fight was better. Just did.
I think he was trying to get a look.
These man were feeling, and then Usyk we give him something.
I think AJ was trying to get a look at Usyk, see what he had to offer. I don't know why. In the first 3 rounds, you should have just really stuck it on him.
Impose yourself on him.
Impose your will. I mean, he allowed Usyk to pose his will, and that's what happened.